Now, next I would like to explore your time when you left your home and your life took you out into the world, and I would be interested in what significant experiences you encountered that shaped and gave you a direction forward.
Okay. I graduated from high school in the 12th school that I had attended in the state of Wisconsin. We'd moved from one school to another, from one town to another every year, with I think one exception. I was in the same town, although not in the same school, for 2 years. At this point, the family consisted of my mother, my 2 sisters, myself, and my mother's new husband, who was a young man, young enough that he lied about his age to our mother, and a very uncomfortable housemate, not a very good father figure. And I had a couple of runaway incidents where I left home and had to come back. But after graduation, I talked with a Navy recruiter, and the 2 of us talked with my mother, and she agreed to my joining the Navy. And this was only about a month after graduation, July of 1957. I went to basic training at Great Lakes and was first shipped to the Naval Schools Command at Treasure Island, where I studied basic electronics and became a communications electronics technician. But that could not be all of my life, not with the background that I had of being able to open a book and roam the world anywhere I wanted to, being able to spend my time as it suited my needs, my whims. So I spent a great deal of time in San Francisco, and I was very drawn to the tourist attractions, the Cliff House, Sutro's Cliff House, and Playland at the beach, and Golden Gate Park, and the Presidio, and Chinatown, and just past Chinatown was a place that we were forbidden to go. It was called off limits to servicemen. It was known as Little Italy, and a part of it was known as North Beach. Well, I traded away my bright cities, my chinos and so forth, and I bought darker clothes and turtlenecks and sport coats, and took myself to North Beach. And I spent quite a lot of time hanging around the City Lights bookstore, because they allowed young readers to come into the downstairs rooms and sit there and read and write and read aloud their poetry, and sometimes if Lawrence Ferlinghetti was there, or if Sheig Marau was not too busy managing the store, they'd listen in and they'd make comments, and they were literally my first teachers in poetry. And I had an opportunity this past summer to revisit that time when the Beat Museum, which is located at the same intersection of Columbus and Broadway as the City Lights bookstore. The Beat Museum on its website offered a $100 prize for the winning poem for each month of the year. And it's an international contest. And for the month of July, I was the winner. I submitted 3 poems, and the winning poem was called At the Waterline. North Beach is well named, existing where it does at the edge of land and sea. It is a made place, no natural land. Its substrate is earthquake rubble and demolition waste and dredgings, misnamed landfill, for it fills an arc of bay. History and mystery underlie its streets, its piers, and every footstep falls on the remnants of dreams. In the winter of '57 and '8, the Navy housed and taught me on Treasure Island, another made place, a near place by cable car and train, across the wasteland of Market and Mission Streets, across the water on the lofty Bay Bridge, though by another measure a country in a different world. By day I was acolyte and apprentice to the gods of war and science and iron and blazing heat, the modern counterparts of Jehovah, Jupiter, Odin and Zeus, Mars and Thor and Vulcan and Hephaestus, in the world of forge and flame, lightning and sun, hammer and sword and spear. It was my choice. Fatherless, I'd sought the path and the companionship of warriors. No initiate to the world of men, I'd found a hard path where it was easy to stumble or fall among thorns. Friendless, I'd found myself too much in company and sought solitude in the emptiness of crowds, and let the tide of human affairs wash me, willing jetsam, onto the haunted strand of North Beach. It was my choice. There I found solace in the welcoming depths, comfort in the easy, shadowed currents, delight in play among the shifting schools of thought. I had swum before in the shallows of my youth, but here I found courage to dive, to plunge and plumb even the darkest abyss where the nameless awaited. Newly fearless, I named them and embraced them, for I knew them, had felt them before within me, though no more of me, nor less than of any human. Since then I have heard them named demon and god, avatar and archetype, principle, shadow, noumenon, id and odd and other. It matters little what they are named if they are known. If they are not named, embraced and honored, if they are feared and fought and fled, there is no name on any map but monster. Naming them, I brought them to the light, here between the too bright day and the dim depths of night, here where dream laps upon waking, interface of conscious and unconscious, here at the waterline.